The Stuart you visit in February is lying to you. Come back in August and you'll swear you're in a completely different town. If you've ever visited Stuart during the winter, you probably thought this place is absolutely perfect. The weather is incredible, restaurants are packed, downtown is buzzing, boats are everywhere. There are events every single weekend, but then summer arrives. The roads empty out, your favorite restaurant suddenly has no wait, and half the license plates you saw a few months ago are gone. Now today I'm breaking down what living in Stuart is really like during summer months versus the winter, who the Snowbirds actually are, why they matter, and which seasons locals secretly prefer. Because understanding this could completely change where you buy, what lifestyle you choose, and whether Stuart is the right fit for you or not. If we haven't met yet, I'm Thiel, a local realtor with over a decade of selling homes here. And on this channel, we talk about what it's really like living here on Florida's Treasure Coast. The good, the bad, and the stuff that nobody tells you before they move here. So if you're thinking about Stuart, Jensen Beach, Palm City, Port St. Lucie, West Palm Beach, hit subscribe because we make videos like this every single week. Now, let's get into this because this may be one of the most important relocation videos I've ever made. Stuart has two different personalities. One of the coolest things about Stuart is that it almost feels like two different towns depending on the time of year. Winter in Stuart is generally November through April. Summer is May through October. And the contrast is bigger than most people expect. During winter, Stuart comes alive. People arrive from New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Canada, Michigan, Ohio, all looking to escape snow, ice, and freezing temperatures. The seasonal residents are what we call snowbirds. Many own second homes here, some rent for several months, and others are testing out the retirement before deciding whether or not Florida is the place that they want to live full-time. And when January rolls around, you can definitely tell they're here. Restaurants are full, golf courses are packed, marinas are busy. Downtown Stuart is absolutely thriving. My open houses have more visitors. The waterfront feels absolutely alive. People are outside enjoying the weather. There's an energy to this town that is hard to describe unless you've experienced it. And many of us here locals say that we can always tell when the seasons change, not by way the leaves fall, but by the changing of the license plates here. Everybody has a different license plate, and when season's here, you can definitely see that. Then May arrives, and suddenly things slow down. Traffic starts to ease. Parking becomes easier. Dinner reservations are no longer necessary. You can just show up to your favorite restaurant and get in. Boat ramps aren't too crowded. The pace shifts. The town kind of takes a little bit of a deep breath and takes a relax from what it just experienced. Winter is what most visitors fall in love with. Average daytime temperatures are usually in the 70s, maybe low 80s. Humidity is much lower. Rainfall is minimal. Most days are completely sunny, and you can sit outside all day and actually enjoy it. People are walking downtown. We're all playing pickleball. We're all fishing. We're all boating. We're golfing. We're dining outside. We're going to festivals. This is peak season here in Stuart. And you know what? It is absolutely beautiful. But it does come with some trade-offs. Traffic increases. Popular restaurants have long waits. Golf tee times fill up quickly. Downtown parking can become absolutely challenging. Healthcare providers often get busier. And if you're buying a home, there can be more competition because many buyers are physically in town looking at properties. This is also the season when many people start asking themselves, well, listen, what if we lived here year round? What if we retired here earlier? What if I sold my home up north and come down here? And honestly, that's how a lot of full-time residents got here in the first place. They came for the winter and never really left. Now, let's talk about summer in Stuart, because this is where opinions get interesting. Visitors almost always prefer winter. Now, locals, on the other hand, a lot of them actually love summer. Now, let's be honest, Florida summers are hot. They're humid. You walk outside at noon and immediately know you're in Florida. And yes, afternoon thunderstorms happen all the time. It'll pour rain for 20 minutes. Then 30 minutes later, the sun is back out like nothing happened. But summer, it has some major advantages. The roads are quieter. Restaurants are easier to get into. Parking is a lot more simple. The beaches are less crowded. Boat ramps are easier to use. And you start seeing the same people over and over again. This town feels more local during the summer. It's more relaxed. It's more connected. Many people who have lived here for years will tell you that summer is when Stuart feels the most authentic. Winter feels exciting, a lot of buzz, but summer feels comfortable. Not from a weather standpoint, but just from a people standpoint. Winter is like going out on a Saturday night. Summer is like staying home on a Sunday afternoon. Both are great, but they're just different experiences. So let's ask this. Who are the Snowbirds? People hear the term snowbird all the time, but what does that term actually mean? A snowbird is someone who lives in a colder climate during part of the year and spends several months in Florida during the winter. Most arrive between October and December. Many head back north around April. Some stay for 3 months, others stay for 6. Many of them are retired retirees, but plenty of remote workers, business owners, or families trying out the area before committing permanently. I always tell people this, it usually asks around Halloween and it ends around Easter. That's the snowbird season. Now, our snowbirds play a huge role in our economy here. Restaurants benefit from seasonal traffic. Retail stores see more customers. Golf clubs are busier. Marinas stay more active. Events attract larger crowds. And from a real estate perspective, real estate activity can increase. Now, without snowbirds, Stuart would be a very different town. Now, you'll hear locals joke about snowbirds. People complain about traffic, long waits at restaurants. We don't honk our horns here, so usually in the wintertime when the snowbirds are here, the horns start honking. We don't typically honk here. But the reality is, snowbirds help support many of the businesses residents enjoy throughout the entire year. So while people may tease them, they are an important part of what makes Stuart work. Here's the mistake I see people make all the time. They visit Stuart in February, they buy a home in March, then move in June. And then summer arrives. Suddenly they're asking, where did everybody go? Why is everything quieter? Why does this feel so incredibly different? And you know what, you guys? The answer is simple. They fell in love with winter Stuart without realizing there's also a summer Stuart. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Both are very, very good. You just need to know what you're signing up for. If you love activity, events, busy restaurants, and lots of people running around, winter may become your favorite season. If you prefer less traffic, shorter waits, and a slower pace of life, you may end up loving summer. Neither is better, they're just simply different lifestyles. And I always tell my clients this, don't just decide if you love Stuart, decide which version of Stuart fits your personality. Because if you live here full time, you're getting both. Outdoor life changes too. Winter is amazing for boating. The temperatures are comfortable. Fishing is excellent. People spend entire days on the water. Restaurants along the waterfront stay busy. The sandbars are extremely active. Now, summer boating is also fantastic. You just need to plan around the afternoon thunderstorms. Early mornings are gorgeous. Sunrises are absolutely incredible, and there are fewer boats out there on the water. Now, golf changes too. Winter is peak season. Courses are crowded. Tee times can be difficult to find. Now, summer usually means more availability and often lower rates. Now, downtown Stuart changes as well. I know probably 60% of the owners that own the boutiques in downtown Stuart, and I'm telling you, most of them say that they stay open specifically because of the snowbirds that come down here. They make the majority of their money when the snowbirds are here, so it allows them to stay open and keep these small mom and pops open. I love that. Now, winter is festivals, events, music, and visitors. Summer feels more intimate. Restaurant owners know your name. Servers recognize you. You begin feeling like a local rather than someone just visiting. And that's something many people really grow to appreciate. So which season is better? If you've been here, let me know in the comments which season you prefer. But honestly, it depends on what lifestyle you want to live. If you like the energy and social gatherings, perfect patio weather, winter probably wins. But if you enjoy peace, convenience, easy reservations, and a slower pace, summer might be your favorite time of year. Personally, I think one of Stuart's biggest strengths is that you get both experiences. You get seasons without really getting seasons. Not snow versus sunshine, but busy versus relaxed. Social versus peaceful. High energy versus laid back. And over time, most residents learn to appreciate both. So listen, if you're considering moving to Stuart, here's my advice. Visit twice. Come during February and then come back in August. Spend a weekend here during both seasons. Drive around, go downtown, visit restaurants, sit in some traffic, go grocery shopping, experience everyday life. Because buying a house is easy, but buying the right lifestyle is much harder. And understanding Stuart's two personalities will help you decide whether this is truly the place that you want to call home. Now listen, watch this next video because I'm sharing the biggest mistakes people make before moving to Stuart, Florida. This is the best video that I think that you need to watch so you can avoid these mistakes. As always, my name is Chris Thiel. I'm a local real estate agent here. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and as always, I will see you on the next one.